This is a video about Prince and his spiritual side of his life. This is his Twitter, and he has a bunch of profile pictures here. This one is one with the all-seeing eye in the middle of his forehead, the pineal gland. One of his tweets has gone viral, where he says, "I am transformed." And today I found out he had a compound, and this is an invitation for a dance party at his compound. And here it is. This is called Paisley Park Studios. And I noticed that there are a few things here that kind of stand out to me anyway. I don't know, this could be like an eyeball, but what I found was, first of all, this pyramid on top of the entrance, which actually makes an obelisk if you look at it from the ground view. And there's 6 pyramids here that I can count. But this one in particular really stands out because there's a capstone on it. It's built to be the capstone on top there. Here's another view. I was watching this news clip on CBC News, and the reporter said that this is a compound where he lived, and this is where he died. So there's a better view of the pyramid with the capstone. But anyway, what I'm getting at is an article here by neilstrauss.com, "My Last Conversation with Prince, Rest in Peace." And he wrote this yesterday. And it says, "I just heard moments ago the tragic news that Prince, one of the greatest recording and live artists of our time, passed away. Over the years of writing about music, I've interviewed him, seen him perform big and small shows, and even run afoul of him. The following obituary of sorts is from my last encounter with him, when the tables got turned. Instead of me interviewing Prince, somehow he started interviewing me. However, his questions were often more revealing about his character than answers would be in a normal interview. The location was a Los Angeles club where Prince sat with his entourage in a roped-off section, sporting a pencil-thin mustache and an 80s puffy black shirt with vertical white vents. Suddenly, he started barraging me with questions, carefully evaluating each answer as if he were giving me a test. Because Prince doesn't allow reporters to record his voice, the following is paraphrased and reconstructed from notes made at the time." So Prince, "So what else do you do?" "Me, I also write books." "What are they about?" "The last one was called The Game. I spent 2 years studying the techniques of the world's greatest pickup artists." "What were the others about?" "I wrote books about people in entertainment. I did one with Motley Crue, another with Janet Jameson, and some others about music." "So you write rock books?" "I guess I mostly write about the dark side." "Why the dark side?" "Because it's more interesting." "But the light side can be interesting too." "I suppose it can be. I never thought of that." "Do you believe in God?" "I definitely believe in something greater than ourselves, but it depends on how you define God." Pause. "Why did you ask that question?" "Because it lets me know what someone is about. If you think about it, the light side can be just as interesting as the dark side." "Maybe I should write a book about that." "If you want to write a book about a mystery, I have one for you." "Do you like mysteries?" "I love mysteries. That's what storytelling is about. It's all about." "Have you ever studied the Bible?" "I read the Bible, but never studied it." "What do you mean by the Bible?" "The Old and New Testaments." "Which version of the Bible did you read?" "The King James." "The New World Version is the most accurate version. It's also the best. It doesn't have the thees and thous. It's just ordinary language." "Do you pray?" "I don't pray. I've meditated, though." "Why not?" "I wasn't raised to." Are your parents religious? Yes, but they didn't really practice. What did they do? It was more important as a community to them. Why is that important? Perhaps as a sense of identity? Isn't that racism? I don't think it's about race. It does seem to be an unfortunate trait of human nature, though, to make divisions and pick sides, whether it's shirts versus skins or different sports teams. Want to hear the mystery? I'm ready. The mystery is long, dramatic pause. Why has the name God been slowly removed from the Bible? What do you mean? They have slowly taken the name of God out of the Bible and replaced it with Lord. Do you know why? Probably to give themselves more power. It's about power and people wanting to control others. Why do you think they want power? I don't know. I think the problem with organized religion is that people who go to worship often need a conduit to God or an authority telling them what's right and wrong, and that authority is sometimes abused. But you need an authority, otherwise, who are you responsible to? You're responsible to yourself. And the being who created the world and the trees and the oceans, you just ignore? Oh, I thought you meant a human authority. You can be responsible to God. Gratitude is very important. Prince begins talking in a hushed voice about the death of his father and how it was hard for him. The club, unfortunately, is loud, and I'm not able to make out every word he says. Everyone has a rock bottom. We know what the rock bottom is, but what's the limit to happiness? Has anyone reached the rock top? I wonder what that would be. From here, the discussion turns to Jehovah's Witnesses, 9/11, violence in society, and a dozen other related subjects. At one point, he gestures to his band, the New Power Generation, and the rest of his entourage and explains. We'd like to talk like this. We can talk forever about what's wrong, but we like to think about solutions. Most people don't want to talk about politics and religion. They say, let's talk about something else. But what else is there? That's what our civilization is about. That's right. So let me ask you something. Do you think God is looking after each and every individual, or does he sometimes have to harm an individual in order to serve the greater good of the universe? When everyone recognizes Jehovah's name, then everyone will be happy, because everyone will know what to do and how to do it. Really? That's it? It's really that simple. So here it is obvious that Prince was preaching as a Jehovah's Witness. And the Jehovah's Witnesses think that they are proclaiming the name of God, Jehovah. The truth is that the name of the Lord is the Hebrew tetragrammaton, YHWH. And the Jews did not pronounce this name because it was very sacred to them. The Watchtower Society of the Jehovah's Witnesses have stated that the name Yahweh is more correct than the name Jehovah, but they choose to use the name Jehovah because it is more popular in our English language. The Jehovah's Witnesses have also created their own New World Bible, as Prince stated here, and they have added the name Jehovah in the New Testament, where in many places is the Greek word Kyrios, which is meant to say Lord, in many cases meaning Jesus Christ. So the Watchtower of Jehovah's Witnesses have created their own New World Translation and have inserted the name Jehovah where it does not belong, and henceforth have their own religion based off of this Bible. It is not correct, and like I previously mentioned, Yahweh is the more accurate name if you want to properly translate the Hebrew consonants YHWH. So Prince was a Jehovah's Witness. He has some mysterious objects on his building, images on his Twitter, and even his band, as mentioned in the interview there, have the same all-seeing eye on their instruments. It's hard to say what was exactly in Prince's mind with these connected symbols or images, and we will find out what happened in his autopsy report of why he died sooner or later. Either way, this is proof that Prince was a Jehovah's Witness, and he believed in God, but it was the Jehovah's Witness God.